Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Happy New Year, everyone. 2024 is unofficially the year of the comic book comeback. That is my declaration. I hope everyone had a great holiday season. So now it is time to focus on comics and making the industry strong and uh, creating comics positivity and just injecting new life into comic books. I'm so sick of people predicting the death of comics. Every freaking YouTube channel about comics is decrying Marvel and DC and just saying how horrible it is and all this negativity. You got the Mark Millar bullshit. I know it's Miller, but whatever. Who gives a crap, right? I mean, give us a real, meaningful, effective way to fix comics. Um, Anyway, I would rather be part of the solution than the problem, and I have decided to unveil my ambitious new series, my epic plan to save comic books, beginning with Marvel Comics. Part 1 is going to be focusing on The Amazing Spider-Man, arguably one of the most important franchises of the Marvel Universe, hugely neglected, often mistreated, and I think that I know something that could at least garner some interest. I mean, who the hell am I and who am I to fix and save comic books? Well, I will tell you who I am. I am Michael effing Fitzgerald Troy. I just edited a Big Bang comic anthology. Big Bang Comics is Golden Age, Silver Age superhero tributes. Been going through it 30, 40 years. I created a huge anthology love letter to them featuring a cover with Jim Rugg and Carrie Cowan. Um, Contributions by Marty Keene and Nick Agnetti, even an old pinup from Don Simpson. It is like so good. It is so much fun. I love it. Like I know it's conceited, but it is what I say often in my channel. Some of the best comic books being made are made by the people who are making the comic books that they want to read. And with my anthology, I definitely made a comic book that I want to read. God knows I read it at least twice every day. I know that's so conceited, but when you've done something you're proud of, you should be proud of it. So, in addition to pimping my big beautiful anthology this year, I am going to just spread comics positivity, and I wish you would help me. Um, I- I think that comics are so great. I've met a lot of great new indie cartoonists who are injecting new life into the industry, unveiling new great books. I just did my interview with 19-year-old cartoonist Morgan B. Heron. I mean, if that is the future of cartoonists, then we are in good hands. And I just want to keep the positivity train going. So, without further ado, I mean, if you've even still listening at this point, because I know I do tend to ramble, but I am about to unveil my huge epic plan to save Marvel Comics, and we are starting with The Amazing Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man. I've always been a huge fan, and I think that, he's clearly a mess. So let me say that I think that I would definitely do some sort of like reset. I know that we're so sick of resets, but I think it would have to be done if I were going to swoop in and become editor in chief at Marvel and just start shaping it in a great way for fans to design. And so, as far as the Spider Man franchise goes, we would have 4 books. And we are going to start with The Amazing Spider Man, and it would be done by Nick Cagnetti. Nick Cagnetti is one of my favorite new up and coming cartoonists. He's created the amazing all ages Pink Lemonade. He's a writer and artist, so I would love for him to write and draw the Spider Man. He is so thoughtful. There's so much heart and love in his comic books. He's clearly a huge Spider-Man fan. There's plenty of Nick Nutty Spider-Man art out there, and I would definitely put him on the flagship title. I think he could handle it well. His style is kind of retro, but new and refreshing at the same time, so I think it could easily bridge the gap between old fans and new, and just let's get Spider-Man back, boil him down to the nitty-gritty, and make him the Spider-Man that everybody loves. Nick could handle that so well. teenage Spider-Man, new to his powers, just lost his Uncle Ben, has a crush on MJ, lives with Aunt May, is in constant, battle with J. Jonah Jameson, all the things that we love about Spider-Man. I think that would be in definitely good hands with Nick Cagnetti for sure. And then we move on to Peter Parker, my second book of the four books. The second book would be Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider Man. And who would helm that but the amazing Marty Keene? If you watch my channel, you know that I love Marty Keene. And arguably, Marty's bootleg Spider Man is probably the most praised and talked about Spider Man book in recent years. So why not give Marty the chance to shine on this book? I know he would do great with it. He'd have to rein it in a little bit. I don't know if we could have like a 600-pound MJ, but the reason I would like him for Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, is because I feel like Marty's like humor and sensibility and just sort of outlook on life would definitely be the perfect choice to sort of you know, bring to life Peter's problems and just like the everyday man, and sort of the point of view of being a superhero from the Peter Parker sort of, I hate to say, dare I say, like social loser point of view. But I just think it would be sublime and his art speaks for itself. I just think that that would be such a great addition to the line of comic books. And I don't even like need to expound on that further. Marty Keene on a regular Spider-Man book would be magic. By the way, I'm thinking this would be like a year. Like I want a year out of everybody on these four Spider-Man titles, except for the last one, which I will get to in a second. Um, but I just think monthly titles, we get a year out of these guys. We pay them for what they're worth. I go to Disney and say, look, you need to pony up some money for comics. We need to get top creators on this. You wouldn't have like an intern direct a movie, would you? So we need some real artists in here to take care of the properties. This is like an investment in your future cash, Disney. So frickin' wake up and smell the Java. All right, so my third book would be Marvel Team Up. Did you notice, first of all, I'd like to say that I think that we're, like, indie comics are the most popular, exciting books right now, and they're so good. And it's always because it's one great cartoonist. So I think that having a writer artist in the seat, if you can get it, is the way to go here. Recent comics have sort of wanted pencilers to become inkers. I don't know if that's saving money or time or whatever, but I think you get the writer, the artist to write as well. You get somebody who can write and draw. And not only does it sort of save time, but it creates a more singular vision by these, sort of trusted classic comic creators. I mean, they all have buzz, they all are exciting, and they will all have a love for Spider-Man that would be perfect for this. So, moving on, I would do Marvel Team Up with Don Simpson. Don Simpson, the creator of Megaton Man, the 1963 much talked about annual going on. I mean, he is a workhorse. He can pump out art like nobody's business. And the reason I would have him do a team up is because if you read Don Simpson comics, he's basically creating new characters like every single page. So I think he needs like lots of characters to excite him and motivate him. And plus, I want to see different versions of Marvel characters drawn by Don Simpson alongside Spider-Man, Don Simpson's Spider-Man. Don has the sardonic wit, the satire, the sad sack angle that would be perfect for Spider-Man. I've been talking about getting Don to do like a retro Spider-Man book. He said Marvel is not interested. Well, if you hand me the keys, Disney, there's major interest there. And all these books are going to be like hyped, top sellers, much talked about. With Don Simpson on Marvel Team Up, we would have exciting guest stars every month. Don Simpson's pencils, inks, and writes. I think this might be the first time in 30 plus years that we would have a Marvel comic book that was actually hand lettered because, in addition to being one of the most amazing cartoonists, Don is one of my favorite letterers ever. I just love his lettering. It's so good. I know this is so crazy, but are you guys excited? Do you not want to see the MFT? See, the way I look at it is kind of like Marvel Knights in a way, what Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti did with Marvel. You know, they come in, it's their studio, they're producing a certain cachet of books, and they invigorated Marvel. You know, sales were through the roof. It was exciting. They looked fantastic. I mean, Daredevil by Joe Quesada, you know, uh, I can't even remember the rest. I mean, but it was amazing. Anyway, moving on. So we have Nick Agnetti on Amazing Spider-Man. I mean, start printing the money, y'all. Monty Keene on Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, which would be freaking amazing. Don Simpson on Marvel Team Up, which I would love for days. And then to top it off, we finished the year of these monthly titles. You know, these can all be collected, and then we just pass the baton to the next creators. But we finish out the year, or it can come whenever, with, you know, some. I don't believe in always giving the fans what they want, but if there were to be a Spider Man grand design, the fans have spoken, and the name that comes up over and over again, and it must be so, is Copra's Michelle Fife. And sometimes I do believe that the fans are right, and I do believe in giving the fans what they want. And who in their right mind wouldn't want to see a grand design by Michelle Fife? If you're familiar with his work, it is amazing. He has such a reverence for comic book history, and just his vision as a creator and a cartoonist is sublime. It is unparalleled. It is so unique and fresh, and it would bring as much excitement to this whole line of Super Spider-Man books as all the other creators. And I think that this would be the perfect quartet to save Spider-Man, if I may be so bold. You know, I see a lot of these little plans to save Marvel Comics, and I always think to myself, you know, that's a nice idea, but be specific. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here is my plan specifically to save comic books, starting with Marvel Comics and Amazing Spider-Man. You know, tell me this, you would not buy the shit out of this. So we'd have Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Agnetti, Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man by Monty Keene, Don Simpson's Marvel Team Up, and then Michelle Fife does a grand design. I'm thinking, you know, two parts like Jim Rugg did, and then, of course, we need a treasury size edition. Well, I'm going to stop rambling. That's my exciting announcement. What I would do to save comics, specifically Spider Man, in this situation. So please feel free to chime in and let's start this conversation. I'm so anxious to hear what you guys think of my crazy plan. Um, I know it's kind of nutty, but wouldn't it be great at the same time? Tell me you don't want this. I mean, please leave in the comments if you think I'm nuts, if you think this would be great, anything you would add to this. And hey, like, share this video, spread the word. Like, MFT Productions saves Marvel Comics. Film at 11. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'm definitely going to do part 2. Here's a teaser for part 2. My epic plan to save Marvel Comics part 2. Why Marvel Needs to Do Right by John Byrne. Dun dun dun. So if that isn't a teaser, I don't know what is. Anyway, like I said, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Hit like. Share this content and spread the word that 2024 is the year of the comic book comeback, and help me spread comic book positivity, because we love comics. They are not dying. They are here, and only we can help save them. So help me, guys. Thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye.